What's up, everybody? You are watching and listening to the Voice of Cheer. I'm your host, Tristan Allen, helping you work smarter, not harder, in the great sport of cheerleading. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to all my fans, followers, subscribers. Continue to like, share, send it all out, communicate, comment. I love it. It's around here somewhere, so we're going to take about 5 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. You should have clicked one of those buttons. Do that. Make sure you tell everybody about the Voice of Cheer. I also want to give a big shout out to my loving family. For those who don't know, I took a little break throughout November so that I can truly give thanks to two people that really mean the world to me, my wife and my baby girl, Presley Kai. For those who don't know, I do a lot. I'm a full-time choreographer, the voiceover company, Worldwide Voiceovers, Karma Returns Clothing Company, and obviously the Voice of Cheer podcast, on top of being a husband and a father. So I thought it was fitting to kind of take a break from all the work and really show some love and respect to my family. So I want to give a big shout out to the Allen family. Doo-doo-doo-doo. But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back on the VOC, the Voice of Cheer. I love this thing. I love talking about cheerleading. It's my favorite. I want to give a big shout out to my sponsors over at the Cheer Week app, Cheer Live TV, and the Choreo book. Thank you for believing in me and the show, and also just putting up with me, because I know I can be a little bit crazy at sometimes. Mobby. I have some big news, y'all. Big news. I want you to tune in on December 20th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's Houston time, Texas time. The Voice of Cheer Holiday Special will be live on cheerlive.tv. I'm going to say that again. December 20th. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Voice of Cheer is going live on cheerlive.tv. It's going to be pretty awesome. We'll have musical performances from a couple music artists. KS, owner, these two guys are going to be flying in from South Carolina to perform live for you, as well as Miss Midori from Worldwide Voiceovers. These people are not just vocal artists for cheerleading, but they also are music artists as well. That's what they spend their life doing. So we're super excited to have these three people, if not more, performing at our show on December 20th. We also will be hearing some stories from gym owners, athletes, and parents about how COVID-19 has affected their season, if not their livelihood, everything. This 2020 has been pretty crazy. So I'm excited to hear from those guys and see how us as a cheerleading community can help them if they are in need. And last but not least, we'll be raising money for two deserving athletes. We're going to be paying their competition fees for the 22 season. Yes, I said that right. Paying for competition fees for two athletes. So we're going to be raising money starting at the show all the way up to next year. And if we raise enough money, we'll be paying for more than just competition fees. I'd love to pay for comp fees, uniforms, the whole nine. I want you to feel that good, loving experience after this of a 2020 season. Topics of discussion today. We're going to be discussing virtual competitions, how they work, and the experience in a whole, and also the cancellation of in-person competitions. Is it even worth the risk of risking your health to even go? I mean, let's be real. Well, there's nothing to it but to do it. I'm Tristan Allen, and this is the Voice of Cheer. Many years, decades of going to in-person competitions, we're so used to competing on the floor with the crowd and the judges and the hairspray and the warm-up room and the pre-warm-up in the grass and the backstage jitters and all of those conversations from our coaches, our parents, our teammates. We're so used to that feeling. To go from that to virtual competitions. I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of people, and do me a favor, if you're watching the show and you've done a virtual competition, give me some feedback. Let me know how did it work? Did you have a good experience? Did the judging feel accurate? Was it normal to you, or was it just something to kind of pass the time. I think everybody's been in a little bit of a different situation. I know here in Houston or in the Texas region, things are open for the most part. You know, gyms are running, I would say, almost at full capacity, being as safe as humanly possible. But you might be in a northern region where things are shut down and you literally can't do anything. So for those who do have the ability to go in their gym and practice and continue their season, truly be thankful that you have that opportunity, because some people are less fortunate, truly. But let's talk about these virtual competitions. Is it something that is going to stick around for the long haul? To be quite honest, I don't see the coronavirus just disappearing like that. I know that there's multiple vaccines out there that's supposed to, you know, get us back on track. But after these virtual competitions have gone live, I don't see why a virtual competition would just shut down just because the virus, when it does go away, just because it went away. I'm really curious to see if gym owners, directors, teams, if they utilize the virtual competition as a supplement to an in-person competition in the 21-22 season and for the future, for that matter. I'd love to know how some of these events work. I know I've seen some events where, you know, you just literally submit a video, but how are you supposed to know if that's their actual first full out? You don't get 3 chances. You don't get 2 chances when you compete. You get 1 shot. So how do we know if it's the actual full out run through the first time? I want to know what the experience is like at the end of the competition. If you win 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, first place, whatever it is, if you win first place, are they sending banners, jackets, trophies? How are you being rewarded for your time, your work, and your efforts? I also want to know about, do programs truly see themselves replacing their in-person event for a virtual event for the long haul? I personally think it's a good idea, because at the end of the day, you can compete earlier. A virtual event allows you to compete whenever you want to compete. And I think if you're able to compete, you know, let's say you get your routines in, you know, June, July. Normally we don't start competing until maybe October, November. But if you could truly start competing on October 1 with the virtual event, that's obviously a little bit cheaper. You get a lot of feedback from judges. I think it's a smart decision. I think it's an easy go ahead. And even once you get into that December time frame when we're really starting to focus on nationals, truly to me, when you hit that December time frame anyways, it's not about winning in December. It's about making sure that the routine looks and feels what it's doing, what it's supposed to do, scoring the way it's supposed to score. Because once we go on that December break for Christmas, most of us are gone for a month. We're not coming back to a practice floor for literally 30-something days. So, you know, I think it's super important that we kind of utilize those virtual competitions, and then all the way into the national season when, you know, you may be in the middle of the NCAA time, in the cheer sport time, or battle at the big top, or wherever you're going, up north, south, east, west, doesn't matter. Utilizing the virtual championships, virtual competitions to get feedback, to get scoring, and also put your kids in that pressure moment, put you as an athlete in that pressure moment to make sure you can still hit on the first try. But I am curious to see how some of these virtual competitions work. I did hear that there was an app, I don't know the name of the app, but basically you get 3 minutes to film. And the second you film the 3 minutes, the second the video is done, it is submitted straight to the competition company. I think that's pretty awesome. I'm not sure what the name of that is, but if anybody out there knows the name of that virtual event, please send it my way. I'd like to learn and hear more about it. Send it to thevoiceofcheer@gmail.com. Thevoiceofcheer@gmail.com. I'd love to know about it. As an athlete, I can't see how the virtual competitions are building the excitement. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying I can't see how it is. I'm not in a gym. I don't coach anymore. I am doing full-time choreo, so I do get to see these athletes. And I know a lot of us are getting burnt out on nothing, the nothingness that has become 2020. And so I'm really just curious if you have feedback on any virtual competition that you've been to or that you've heard about, whether it's good feedback or bad feedback about the competition, please send it my way, because I'd love to learn about them. Let's talk about in-person competitions and the cancellations of these in-person competitions. First and foremost, I think it's crazy to be going to an in-person competition in December anyways. This virus isn't gone. Is it really worth the risk of your health, your family's health, your kids, your mom, your dad, auntie, uncles, grandpa, grandma, so on and so forth? But I can tell you right off the top that the NCAA Classic, they have canceled their competition. That was this weekend. And also Spirit Celebrations at the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center has canceled for this weekend. That's in Dallas. That's the same arena or the same convention center that we have NCAA at. And I also heard from a good friend of mine who is in the Dallas area that they may be using the convention center to be the hub or the house of the corona vaccine. So if that's the case, I don't see us having an NCAA. Don't get me there. Don't get me started. I might pour down tears. There's also another in-person competition in the Texas area in Galveston, Texas, and that's going to be a cheer power event in Galveston. I'm really curious to see how that runs and how it's spaced out and how everyone is being taken care of throughout that event. So good luck to everyone going to the cheer power event this weekend. Please give me some feedback on it. Normally I would be judging that competition. But to be honest, I'm trying to stay away from the crowds in a whole, just because obviously I got a family. I think it's super smart to stay as safe as humanly possible. My personal opinions. Here we go. I wouldn't be going to any in-person competition right now. I don't think it's safe. And at the same time, I know it's hard because these kids, our athletes, are wanting to be on the floor now. They're still having the dreams of NCAA champions, of summit titles, of world bids and world titles. It's something that we go to sleep and we wake up every morning, go to cheerleading practices, and that's what we've always known and that's what we've always thought about. But is it the right time? Is it the right time? Is it safe? I know a lot of us as gym owners and directors and coaches, it doesn't matter what you do, as a industry professional, we're all a little leery and worried and nervous about if we're not competing, what happens with our livelihood. I think one of the biggest things that I'm worried about is in the long haul, if we don't get better, then as a whole, as a country, our sport will not continue on because we just, CDC guidelines won't allow us inside of a building. And it's just a hard pill to swallow. So that's my opinion. I don't think we should be out there yet. At least let's try to wait. I truly think we should have just masked up all the way through December. Suck it up, buttercup. I mean, if a doctor can do it for like 20 hours during a surgery, we can do it for like a few minutes walking into a store and outside. But I feel like if we would have just did our part from when it happened to, I don't know, January 1st, we might be in a different situation. But at the end of the day, I truly believe we should kind of wait it out a little bit longer and then stretch out the back end of the season if we get better news that everyone's going to be all right. You know what I mean? These in-person competitions that were canceled, from some sources, some reliable sources, I learned that these competitions weren't canceled in a good amount of time. Normally, if a competition is going to be canceled, we're talking at the least a week in advance. So parents, gym owners, everyone can cancel those flights, cancel those hotel stays, the babysitters, the dog sitters, whatever it is that, the responsibilities of everybody else, that they had like ample time to do that. I'm hearing that some of these competitions that are canceled, literally canceled in the last 1 or 2 days. So we got to be better, friends. We got to be better. Come on. We got to be better than that. So I just think at the end of the day, it's super smart to kind of stay away from the competitions. I think they're doing the right thing anyways by canceling the competition just so that we're keeping everyone safe. Not just the kids, the parents, but also the event producers, the judges, all the staff, everybody. The people who work inside of those convention centers. I don't think a lot of times we even think about the people who are working the hot dog stands and all that, the convention stands and everything. So That's my opinion about the in-person competitions. I think the virtual championships, the virtual competitions right now should be where our focus is, and training athletes. I think a lot of programs are before the coronavirus, a lot of programs still didn't understand how to train a program or to build a gym culture. I think this is a great time to do so, a great time to really get to know your athletes, to get to know your parents and athletes get to know you, have some time spending a lot of, having fun with your clientele, having fun with your program, having fun with your teammates. I think this is a great time to do it. I get that sometimes it feels like it's all for nothing, but if you are a true cheerleader, you really have the true cheerleading spirit. It's not always about the competition. And I say that after 25 years of cheerleading, and I remember being an athlete. I remember being a young athlete, and I just remember going to the gym and that being my arena, that being my event, being there with my friends, my family, my coaches, learning, getting better, new skills, setting goals, conquering the goals. Those were some of my most fond memories. Competitions, and I mean this, and I say this very humbly, I was very fortunate to be on some awesome teams, and I won a lot. And to be honest, those wins don't have anything over the experiences that I had at my practices. The sleepovers that we had at the gym, the movie nights that we had, the birthday parties, the team bonding events. To be honest, the full outs. I enjoyed full outs. I don't know about you, but I love working my butt off. I love being in a team environment. I love that feeling. It's something that it's almost undescribable. It's hard to explain, but I think it's more than the competition. So I think this is a great time for gym owners, gym directors, coaches, parents, athletes to mold, mesh, and build something that's not just going to last you through the 2020 season, the 2021 season, but something that's going to last you the test of time, because this is just one small bump in the road of our industry, but I'm pretty sure there's always going to be something else. There's always going to be something more, something bigger. So knock on wood that there isn't, but prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Praise the Lord. I really hope everyone is staying safe out there with these competitions and taking care of each other. I know 2020 has been a super random, weird, unfortunate situation, and to be honest, I truly think it's only going to get better from here. But we're going to have to do it together. We're going to have to be one with each other. We're going to have to really open up our eyes and open up our hearts and see what it is that we're really willing to sacrifice so that we can continue to do the sport that we love so much. And not to mention just live a normal life. I love my life more than I love cheerleading. More, I don't know, debatable. I love cheerleading, but I also love my life. So I want us to come out on the other side stronger, much stronger. Tune in to next week's episode where I decide to try these skills again. I'm going to go into the gym, get my tumble on, pray to the Lord that I do not get hurt, and I'm going to stunt. I know there's going to be a good friend of mine who will have him and his partner. They'll be doing some partner stunting. I'm going to try to go, stunt for stunt with him and her. And, all I can do is try. You know what I mean? All I can do is try. So I'm super excited. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode of The Voice of Cheer. Well, that's my show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, go like, follow, share, and subscribe. Click the comments. Talk to me. Email me. Feedback. I would love to get some feedback about how you like The Voice of Cheer and anything else that you would like to hear me talk about, or any guests that you'd like me to have on the show. Remember, December 20th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, The Voice of Cheer holiday special live on cheerlive.tv. We got a lot of goodies for you guys out there that'll be watching. And remember, we're going to be raising money to give away to 2 deserving athletes for their 21-22 season. Thank you so much for watching The Voice of Cheer. I'm your host, Tristan Allen. Let's break. 5, 6, 7, 8.